being away. And I think we're gonna have really good energy too, because we're gonna have our fans. I'm sure a lot of us gonna be there at the game. Um, but I think within the locker room, everybody just gotta have high energy and be ready to go.
How do you match the desperation that you know that they're going to play with? I mean, they've lost 4 straight, don't want to make it 5 straight, and laying at home. It's going to be a lot of urgency. How do you match that?
We do. We gotta do what we gotta do. Like regardless of what they're going through, how many games they lost, how many games they won, we gotta control what we can control, and that's how we go out there and play and go out there and execute. So we're not really thinking about their previous games. Obviously, we're looking at them, but wins or losses, that don't really mean much in this league. Like you can go in there and play anybody, and it can have anything can happen on a Sunday. So I think we're very aware of that, and we're locked in and focused.
Thanks. When you're preparing for 2 quarterbacks with 2 totally different styles, what has that prep work been like this week to get ready for Brissett and Murray?
Yeah, it can be challenging. With the 2 different quarterbacks, you got Brissett and then with Murray. Obviously, they play kind of 2 totally different ways. Brissett doesn't really use his legs as much as Murray does. And obviously, the scheme will change a little bit if Murray's in there than if Brissett's in there. But we've got great backup guys that have been doing a great job on the scout team of giving us a good look of what Murray was going to look like, and then we also have here's Brissett as well. So just having those different options in practice is giving us a good look. So we're ready for it in the game.
I'm sorry about that. It sounds like Brissett's going to start just based on what's going on in practice down there today.
Yeah.
What did you see out of him last week? He put up some good numbers, obviously.
Yeah, no, he's a good quarterback. He's been playing for how many years? He been in? He's been in there for a little minute. So he's seen a lot of different things. He's played good ball in this league, and he's a good quarterback. So we just got to be prepared and ready to go. I think he played well. He always plays well though when he gets in the game and gets his opportunity. So it's not anything that I don't really not expect from him to do to go in there and play well.
And X, you've told us that you guys have left a lot of meat on the bone, especially in those second halves. What needs to change or maybe needs to adjust for you guys to play better in the second half?
We just got to execute better coming out that half. I think that's really the biggest thing. I think the kind of what teams have been doing, if they win a toss, they're trying to get the ball coming out of the half. So our defense is out there coming out the half because we haven't really been that great coming out the half all year. So, we just got to make sure that we go out there and execute what's being called. And like I said, just having that energy. Somebody got to pop it off. Somebody got to get us going. And, that's what it is.
Is there something specific? Is there a message that needs to be said at halftime?
Hell no. It ain't really no message. We already know what the message has been, and we know what our standard is. So there's really no message that's going to get us to do anything that we don't already know that we need to be doing coming out of halftime.
From your perspective, what's the reason for the relative lack of takeaways compared to early last season? Is there anything else differently y'all are doing, or is it just the offense is being more careful? Or
I think it's people are a little bit more careful, so like we don't get as many ops as we did last year. But I also think on the ops that we do get, we got to capitalize. But I mean, y'all seeing what we seeing, like it's a lot of checkdowns majority of the time. So we just got to try to keep finding ways to punch at the ball, and when they do throw the ball deep, we got to capitalize on them opportunities.
And that's what you're going to be facing week in and week out.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of checkdowns.
Yeah.
You're keeping opponents off the scoreboard under 20 points every week. Is that enough, even if the takeaways don't come? Just they're not scoring, they're not really getting.
I mean, hey man, that's the system that we got in place. So right now it's working. Hopefully we can keep that thing going like how it is. But I think eventually, we'll start getting some of these turnovers and the ball start rolling our way. But that's how we plan, and we force the teams to check it down, and we just got to keep playing within our scheme and make them plays when we get the opportunities to get them.
Xavier, have you ever seen a player get held more than Micah?
No. I mean, I ain't seen the guy get chipped as much either. I think I don't know what the stats are on that, but, since we've gotten him, that's all we've been getting is a whole bunch of chippers. Just trying to get our edge rushers slowed down a little bit, give them a little bit more time. But yeah, I haven't seen it as much.
You mentioned on the road, you guys need to bring the energy to match the opponents. Where does that come from? Is that player-led, coach-led,
Player-led.
schedule-based?
Player-led. It's player-led. So the coaches can't give us any energy. Obviously, they can do so much, but it has to be something that's player-led because obviously we're the ones that are out there playing the game and in between the lines. So it has to be player-led, and we all got to do a better job. Me, myself included, we got to do a better job of just kind of getting that energy up to here coming out of halftime.
Is it hard for you to do that, knowing how these games are played out? The ball's not going
Yeah,
to you.
a little bit. Yeah. It's a little tough, especially. Like I said, we know what we're doing, and we kind of know what they're going to do against that. So it could be tough a little bit to kind of get the energy going when you know it's going to be a check down run. But at the same time, we got to control what we can control, which is going out there regardless of if it's a check down or if they throw it deep. We got to, whatever could get that energy going, whether that's a hit, whether that's a whatever it is, we just got to kind of find that and get that going.
Last year you said you felt disrespected when they kept throwing you the ball. You had 5 picks in 5 games. You're like, when are they going to learn? When are they going to respect you? You're getting the respect now. Do you like that, or would you rather them disrespect you and throw some deep balls?
It's cool, but it's boring. Now I'm gonna be honest, man. It's boring, especially with how we playing. It can get kind of boring back there a little bit. But I'm just trying to keep finding ways to get involved and to place myself in positions where I can get more involved into these games and make some more plays.
How does that happen? Because there's something to be said for prevent. When you're on the back, you're not giving up any big plays there.
Yeah.
But you're also an all-pro, and you make those game-changing plays. Mm-hmm. How do you get more involved so that it's not just a prevent thing, but you're actually in the action?
Just finding within the scheme, like we might run a certain play on a certain down for a certain player or play. Just knowing that and having that in my head and inserting myself into a spot where, okay, it's potentially I could get an op right here. So just doing little things like that, that's something that I've been doing and trying to study and just watching on different downs, seeing what guys are going to do, where they're going to be placed, so I could put myself in a position where, okay, I know I'm going to get an op over here to at least go have an opportunity to go make a play. So just doing those little things in my head, film study, and kind of talking to the coaches back and forth of seeing how I can find ways to do that.
Do you need to be moved around more in this game? And I get the value of if you're back there and nobody's testing. With this pass rush, they're not really testing you anyway.
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
Do you need to be moved around more?
I ain't gonna say much about that, but what I will say is I'm trying to find me. It's a collective thing. Me, the coaches, we're trying to find ways where that could come alive. So yeah.